Hello everyone, welcome to Hard Copy, the program where we bring you the people behind the news. I'm MAUPE, OGUN. Well, tonight, my guest is no stranger to controversy. Governor NYESOM WIKE won a hotly contested election in Rivers State, and the Supreme Court verdict eventually validated his victory. However, 2 years down the line, how's he faring? He speaks to me tonight on the sacking of his cabinet, the alleged revocation of Novotel Hotel's 99-year land lease, accusations against the police, and his relationship with his predecessor, Rotimi Amechi. Governor NYESOM WIKE, you're welcome to Hard Copy.
Thank you very much.
Well, you've been governor for about 2 years now. How principally different would you say it is from being minister?
Well, first of all, as a minister, you are under the president. And so whatever you intend to do, you must have to seek the approval of Mr. President, which means you have a boss directly. Now, as a governor, you are now the chief executive. So you don't report to anybody. The only thing you do is that decisions are taken at the State Executive Council, which you are the chairman of the Executive Council. Which
means that you carry a heavier responsibility.
Now, yes, because as at that time, as a minister, whatever you tend to do, whether you succeed or not, the whole blame goes to Mr. President. Now, as a governor, everybody expects you. If you fail, the whole blame comes to you. So as a governor, that is heavier than when I was a minister.
So just wondering then, when we talk education now, it's sad that ASUU is on strike. Do you get a little apprehensive considering the fact that you co-managed that ministry for a while?
Well, like I said, one thing that is so fundamental in this country that I found out is that everything is union, everything has been unionized. But again, one problem again is that when government enters into an agreement, I think that government should be able to implement. When I came on board, the agreement that ASUU is talking about now was entered in 2009. As at that time, of course, I was not a minister. Even when I was a minister, I was the Minister of State for Education, until when the Minister of Education left. So I had to supervise the ministry for that time before I resigned to join, to run for gubernatorial election. So I know that in 2012, 2013, there was very serious strike.
2013?
Yeah.
That was a big strike,
yes,
about 6 months.
Yes. And I can tell you, that boils down to the issue of non-implementation of agreements reached. One of the things I've always said is that, look, government should always and be fair. When they're entering the agreement, the things you can do, it is better you tell them these things are possible. The things you cannot do, it's better you tell you, these things are not possible. But you find out that in order to, what we call back in the strike, a deal, government will be able to say, okay, now we have agreed, can you go back and resume? We are going to implement this. And at the end of the day, you find out that some of these things are difficult to implement. And that is the major problem, lack of communication, or letting them know that this is where we are, and these are the difficulties we find ourselves in. So,
let's go to Rivers State now, which you oversee. I mean, right now, you do not have a state executive council. Yeah, I think you're in the process of constituting one. You seem to have been doing all by yourself for about 2 months now.
It is not possible for me to do all by myself. We have permanent secretaries.
So you're working with the civil service?
Of course. You have no choice. It's just for the time being.
But you're taking all the decisions yourself?
No, you can't take all the decisions yourself because decisions are taken with you and the permanent secretaries.
Are they your new state executive council?
No, you see, the way it is that there are certain decisions that you have to call the permanent secretary. Mind you, too, you have the Attorney General there, who is a member of the State Executive Council. You have the Secretary of Government, who is a member of the Executive Council. You have the Head of Service, who is a member of the Executive Council. You have the Chief of Staff, who is a member of the Executive Council. So it is not as if totally there's no Executive Council. No. Sometimes you also invite some key ministries, the permanent secretaries, to be involved. Yes.
So why have you been sacking them, though? I mean, why did you decide to sack everybody in your cabinet?
One problem Nigerians must always understand that no appointment The tenure of the appointment is decided by the chief executive, the person who appointed you. The only tenure position is like governor, the president, the members of the legislature. The law says you must be there for 4 years. If you have done well, you can't go more than 8 years as regards the executive, not the legislature. In terms of appointment, you appoint, and we have been there for 2 years. Obviously, you've seen the weaknesses and you've seen the strength, and you try to rejig the entire cabinet to say, look, for these 2 years, we think we should have a different kind of cabinet that will not fully focus on what we intend to do.
It's a good thing you use the word rejig, which is usually what, you know, a lot of governors, we even see that usually at the Federal Executive Council, where the president will sometimes rejig his cabinet. So he'll send ministers who have been there before to maybe to other new ministries, and then he'll drop some. But in this case, I think you sacked all of your commissioners.
No, what is it? Yes, there's nothing wrong with that, and that does not mean that some of them will not come back.
In other words, you're reconstituting.
If you want to use the word, there's nothing wrong in whether in the dissolving the Executive Council. It has happened severally. This is not the first time. It has happened several times. You see, it depends on what the chief executive feels, what he intends to do. Now, having dissolved the Executive Council, it gives you the opportunity now to sit down and really look at the whole thing holistically, and then now know who fits into a particular ministry. And you know that sometimes when you're coming into government, there's a lot of pressure. You understand that as you are sworn in, there will be a lot of pressure. People under political circumstances, some people will say, well, in terms of technocrats, so there are pressures. So you may have made 1 or 2 mistakes that you intend to correct. And you look at the various ministers and their performances. Have they been able to meet up? Or you think that this person may not be fit enough for this particular ministry? Let me see whether I can send this person to the other ministry. That will take you a whole lot. So if dissolving them is not an offense. Some of them will come back. Some of them may not be in the particular ministry where they were before. So that is the entire process. So there's no law that said, oh, you must, if you want to, okay, why not remove these 2 and put in this other person there? No, it doesn't necessarily follow. You have to take a lot of factors into consideration.